What is up, guys? Del Boy here. So Eleider Alvarez shocks the boxing world by knocking out Sergey Kovalev in the 7th round to become the new WBO light heavyweight champion of the world. And I've got to say, I was thoroughly impressed with Eleider Alvarez and his performance. I felt he really boxed a good fight. I actually feel that Alvarez did a better job on Sergey Kovalev than Andre Ward, because obviously in the first fight, it was extremely controversial. A lot of people felt Kovalev beat Ward. And in the rematch, the stoppage was questioned. I felt Alvarez done a much cleaner, more decisive job on Kovalev in comparison to Ward. But that's neither here nor there. Alvarez to me boxed a really, really good fight. I knew going into this that he had solid fundamentals, good jab, good straight punches, decent movement, respectable power. He's one of those type of fighters who... he does everything well. He's got the fundamentals down to a T. He's quite well schooled, but he never looks like one of those fighters who's going to get to the next level. He kind of reminds me of Badou Jack in that way. When Badou Jack first came on the scene, and I'm talking about before he won a title, he was kind of viewed as a just standard European level boxer. Sort of a straight up style, high guard, jab, right hand, and not much else. He was just viewed as a mid-tier type of fighter. Subsequently, he's gone on to prove he's a lot more than that, and I think Alvarez has done the same here. That's why he reminds me of Badou Jack in terms of solid fundamentals, but I don't think anyone really expected him to win this fight and emerge as one of the main guys at light heavyweight. I don't think anybody really expected that, apart from his team. I mean, I didn't really see anybody pick Alvarez to win this fight, so that kind of says it all. But yeah, he's proven that he is an elite level light heavyweight with this win. In the first couple of rounds, I felt Alvarez was doing a good job of moving, being a bit elusive. He lost the first 2 rounds. He lost the first few rounds maybe. But as the fight wore on, I felt Alvarez started to just sit on his punches a little bit more. His jab was really effective as the fight went on. There was times when Alvarez was actually out-jabbing Kovalev, and these jabs were real quality, like I said, snapping the head back. And as the fight wore on, he really started to get a foothold in the bout. He did take some hard shots from Kovalev, and I think they buzzed Alvarez, but he took them well. He took the shots well, he rode them out, and he kept on being competitive, mainly with that jab. But in the exchanges, I did feel that Alvarez was countering well at times also. Kovalev was still winning the fight up until the stoppage, in my opinion, just about, but it was very competitive. I felt one of Kovalev's main problems in this fight was the speed of Alvarez and the athleticism of Alvarez. I think it really surprised Kovalev. And not only that, Kovalev's weakness once again emerges: no gas tank. He really did look tired after the 6th round. And one thing I've noticed about Kovalev over the years, in watching him fight, when he's in a fight and there's a moment where things are not going his way, and he's not in control, it's obvious. Because his body language changes, he just doesn't look as comfortable, he doesn't look as confident. And when he's in a spot of bother, when he's not feeling 100%, it's just so obvious. He's got no poker face, and his opponents must see that. I feel Kovalev has always been too erratic in terms of his temperament, and it really does show in his fights. He's like that flat track bully, isn't he? When you put it on him, he does fold. He does show real signs of discomfort, and he doesn't like it, and that's obvious now. And he's just not a composed fighter, He's a well-schooled fighter, he's got great technique, he's a very good boxer, he has a lot of talent, a lot of ability. But I don't think his conditioning and I don't think his mindset allows him to be as good as he can be. And I feel that, that has cost Kovalev in all of his losses. But anyway, we move on, in the 7th round, Eleider Alvarez got the stoppage. He caught Kovalev with a lovely right hand, bang on the chin. That kind of sent him on the seat of his pants. And he disguised that shot really well. He threw a quick jab at Kovalev's upper chest area to lower Kovalev's hands a little bit and distract him. And he followed up on that quick jab with a lovely right hand to the chin, which as I say, dropped Kovalev. Kovalev beats the count, but he looks on unsteady legs. Eleider Alvarez follows up with another knockdown. Alvarez kind of jumps on Kovalev. He lands a left hook followed by a right hand. Nice combination. Drops Kovalev hard again. Kovalev is clearly hurt, but again, he gets up, beats the count, clearly on unsteady legs. But Alvarez jumps on him again, lands a lovely short right hand that drops Kovalev for a third time, and the referee waves it off. Really good performance from Eleider Alvarez, it's got to be said. And where does he go from here? I mean, I'm sure a fight with Adonis Stevenson down in Canada will do some good numbers. It's a unification fight, and obviously Alvarez is based in Canada. So Alvarez versus Stevenson, a unification fight in Canada, I think that's a good look. I would like to see it. Failing that, Alvarez versus Bivol, or Alvarez versus the winner of Beterbiev versus Callum Johnson. I'd like those fights. Maybe you might get a rematch with Sergey Kovalev. I mean, I enjoyed this fight, so I wouldn't be mad to see it again. And not only that, it might have to happen. I mean, Alvarez, I believe, was a voluntary for Sergey Kovalev. Now, if Kathy Duva is worth her salt, she would have put a rematch clause in that contract. You know, it's a voluntary defence. If she's worth her salt, she would have done that. Maybe he does have a rematch clause, and maybe we might see that fight again. I feel that Alvarez does have options, and I'm looking forward to seeing where he goes. And I'm looking forward to seeing how he develops, actually. I think now he's got a title, he will get better, he'll grow in confidence, and yeah, he's going to want to, build himself as the best light heavyweight in the world. Right now, that question is kind of up in the air. You've got Bivol, you've got Beterbiev, you've got Stevenson, and now you've got Alvarez. So light heavyweight right now is a really intriguing division, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it unfolds in the next 12 to 18 months. I'm really looking forward to seeing where Alvarez goes next. As for Kovalev, where does he go next? I mean, I've got to say, I feel he's going to have a really hard time coming back from this. He's 35 years old. I mean, the same issues still persist in his game. And at 35 years old, it's really going to be hard to get any better from here. I'm not saying he should retire. I think actually he could still beat a lot of the top guys at light heavyweight. But the aura has gone. The mystique has gone. And his confidence is probably shot. So I'm not sure where Kovalev goes from here. Does he want to continue, or is he going to pack it in? We'll see. But what did you guys think of the fight? Peace.